This right here is something I've only done maybe twice in my life, but it's come to this because my gate is closing in like 5 minutes. Upgraded to first class. Super excited to get back on the road. In fact, this is one of the trips I've been most excited about in the longest time. What is it like to fly to Cancun? We're going to find out. Pretty simple, but also could be very confusing at the end. This is the one airport where I do not pre-arrange transportation, and I will tell you why.
So are you a YouTuber or a
I am a YouTuber, yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is not going to do you any good. Yeah.
Don't worry.
No. I want to.
Oh.
Really.
Appreciate that.
Of course, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
Attention, please.
How's that?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah? All right, just let me get my stuff out of the back.
Take your time, bro.
Thank you, brother. All right, what is it like to fly to Cancun? Absolutely crazy. Well, at least today has been. Broken luggage. Had a wheel fall off this morning. Yeah, for sure. Had a wheel fall off this morning. And when you have one broken wheel on baggage that is like 60 pounds, it turns it into like 120 pounds. I almost had a heart attack getting my luggage just from the parking lot to check-in. And then they had to wrap it up like a Christmas present, which was kind of funny. Had to sign a waiver. Only one free check bag. And, you know, last I checked, Cancun was an international destination. 50 pounds is the limit. And both of the bags were 55. And they tried to charge me double over baggage fees, so like $200. Upgraded to first class. Only one seat left, and I was number one. And for those of you that are on the upgrade list, you know when you're number one and there's one seat left, you never get it. It always gets snagged at the end. Got it. So hopefully that is a great omen. I can definitely use the food. And the extra room for relaxation. Cancun is an interesting place to fly to. It's very simple yet very complicated. It is the only airport where I don't pre-arrange transportation. And I will explain why. I'm going to get on this plane, recalibrate, and we'll check in later. I am. Thanks. Breakfast for Delta to Cancun, dare I say, it was incredible for Delta. The quiche was oversized. The portion was insanely huge, fresh, delicious, like exactly a quiche that you would get like at a reputable restaurant. Had a coffee, had a Bloody Mary. The fly in, you know, after doing Costa Rica and Jamaica and Dominican Republic and then coming back to Cancun, it's not as dramatic, but you start out with like a really elevated view of the ocean where it's just light blue, and then you just float through the clouds, and then you get that hyper electric radiating blue color that is just quintessential Caribbean. And then it turns kind of into like marshland, and then it just turns into land. No cliffs, you know, no crazy volcanoes, no blow your mind views. But whenever I see those turquoise, those teals, those neons, those hyper highlighted colors of blues, I don't care where it is, Caribbean, anywhere, it's just, it's special. So this airport looks a lot larger than the one, let's say, in Punta Cana, but it actually isn't. It's a sleight of hand. It has more belts and it has more square footage, but I think there's only just a few more actual luggage bays. I think Punta Cana maybe has 2 or 3. I think this maybe has 4 or 5. They're just more spread out. But as you can see, there's always a backlog of people waiting to get their luggage. So it looks like they redid the duty-free shop a little bit. One thing I like is that you don't have to walk through it. It's on the side. I hate it when they make you walk through the duty-free shop. I just feel that it's just unethical and just wrong. If you do land and you have to hit the restroom, I believe there are some on either side. And actually, my coolest thing that I like, or the coolest thing I like about the Cancun airport, are these advertisements, okay? Because these are the hottest spots in Cancun outside the all-inclusive resorts. You'll see Rosa Negra, you'll see Taboo. Whatever you see on the screen right here is absolutely the most chic, trendy, vibey, fun, upscale, trendy places to go in Cancun outside the resort. By the way, when I got here and went through, is it customs or immigration? I get that mixed up. I pulled out my phone immediately and then they said, put it away. And then I took it out again And then the lady said, really take it away. And the guy came up to me and made me delete my video. Clearly, he's not aware of how to recover deleted items. But I went through just the automatic passport control. I didn't talk to anyone. Now, I didn't get a stamp, which is unfortunate, but I just bypassed everyone else that was waiting in line to talk to an agent. So that was awesome. That was like Mexican global entry. If they did not have 3 or 4 flights stacked up consecutively at every one of these baggage claims, it wouldn't be that busy because only less than 40%, maybe even just a third, are being used. But the only reason it's busy and it looks chaotic, which it is because everyone's here waiting. So Minneapolis bags are offloading right now. This is where it gets interesting. There's a middle corridor that separates the two sides of baggage claim, and it narrows. And you just walk through it, and there's no official security, no lines, really no machines or anything, but it's filled with Border Patrol agents. And you never see them coming, but they just all of a sudden just sidle up next to you. And they will pull you aside and go through all your bags. I'm not a big proponent of taking out the camera during one of the most secure operations, but for you, I'm going to try. Wow, that was a nightmare. That was the craziest that I've ever been through in Mexico Customs. They went through everything. They saw all the bags and like, how long are you here for? And of course, they don't understand that I'm a solo traveler here for a month. I bought a new drone, the new Hover Air X1 Pro Max. They made me pay a tariff on it. Made in China, bought in the United States, recently purchased. They made me pay $100 just to use it. It's just a little drone. I'll talk more about that later, but this is like the most confusing spot. When I first came to this airport for the first time, I didn't know what to do because we just funneled in this main area. And people will come up to you and tell you that you need a taxi. You have to pre-book it at one of these places. They try to talk you to a rental car. I don't know why you'd ever want a rental car in Mexico. And then there's just a corridor. And everyone here is just trying to sell you something. They're really not here to help. I'm going to walk outside and show you exactly what to do. There's no need to pre-order transportation. When you get out there, I'll tell you why. And by the way, a lot of these tourist places right here, they act like tourist places, but what they're really trying to do is get you to a timeshare meeting. So the nicest thing to do is just to keep your head down. If someone does come up to you, just say no very nicely. Now, here's the most important thing. There's like 10 different taxi companies. They're all owned by the same shadowy organization. Usually I'm swarmed by now, and I'm surprised I'm not. Usually like 3 or 4 people approach me, and I just choose the person with the best energy. You can always go over to one of these taxi lines over here, and like I said, all the rates are the same.
For the shuttle bus is a 50, it is the shuttle bus. For the regular cab is 85. This is in pesos, this is in pesos. 1,000 pesos the shuttle, 1,700 for the private service.
This is 85.
It is ready. This one 11 and 30 and 40 minutes.
Immediate.
See.
Done. So when I first found out that every single one of these companies with different storefronts, different people, different colors, different cars, all owned by the same large conglomerate, and you saw that price sheet, they're written in stone. Every one of these people has to charge the exact same price, which really makes it fair. And that's why I just go to the person with the best energy. So I'm gonna do something I don't think I've ever done, or at least in a long time. While they're getting my taxi ready, it is ready immediately. I'm headed to Margaritaville. Let's try to get a crazy drink. I only have a little bit of time, but let's see the craziest drink I can get in the shortest amount of time. What? So here we go.
Time, remember Black Star.
Black Star. Do you have
My name is Lady or Mariana.
Mariana Black Star? This is pretty much a brand new car, fresh, comfortable in the back seat, cold. That's the thing, is that you never know what you're going to get. All the companies charge the same prices, and all the companies essentially have to report to the same person, but the biggest variability is the car. But even more than that, I just go based off energy. That's the most important thing. And if the car doesn't turn out to be the best, that's okay. That inspection was crazy. Like they went through everything, and the $100 tariff on a product that I did not even buy here, that's just insane. I have been here before where they've asked if I had drones, and I've said no, but I just assumed they were looking for like the commercial ones because those obviously have some potential risk in a multitude of different ways. So that was a learning experience. They also told me that if you have multiple cameras, they're going to charge you for that. Now I just carry one action cam, which I'm recording right now, and then I have really elite mobile phones that do incredible video. I always try to travel light anyway. I always want to be inconspicuous. I don't want to carry a big camera. It draws attention. I can't have that, especially at a hotel where I'm trying to blend in and not be noticed. And plus, I like to give people privacy too, right? If you see someone with a huge camera, with a microphone, with a wind muff, people get nervous. And I want people to be comfortable as well. So I like to be as nimble and as compact with my whole setup as I can. So luckily the fact that I only had one action cam and then like 3 incredible phones for this trip really helped with that drone. And there's no way getting around it too. They searched every backpack and they searched every bag. Like they went through it. If you noticed at the end, only one baggage claim was running. And that was the one where my bags came out. So you have all those people there and it looks busy, but there's really only 1 or 2 running at the same time. So it's not the most efficient. The Caribbean isn't known for that. And a lot of times when you land early like I did today, that means the bags are going to even be late. So I usually at least budget an hour minimum at the airport. You never know what's going to happen.